Okay, now you should be able to see on YouTube, right?
I can't see you, Silvio.
Huh.
Do I have to? Oh, hold on.
No, is it there?
We'll now call the Tuesday, July 27th, 2020 special meeting of council to order. Item 2.1, adoption of this agenda. To include, please, an amendment for item 5.2, notice to the public. As amended, Council Blanchette, seconded, Council Genie. Any further additions? All in favor? Carries. No delegations this afternoon or this evening. So heading on to administrative reports. 5.1, UBCM 2020 ministerial requests. Mr. Robinson.
Yes,
Would you like to bring us into this one?
certainly. Well, probably the best way to move ahead with this is to move into a committee of the whole, so the council would be able to discuss this item briefly.
Motion, please. Committee of the whole at 1901. Councillor Pearson, Councillor Blanchette. All in favor? Carries. Now call the committee of the whole to order. Council, ministerial requests, meeting requests for UBCM in a virtual format this year. Councillor Blanchette, you had a request that's been forwarded to staff.
Yes, and we're just waiting to find out if it's being accepted.
Yes.
Okay. So I'd like to meet with the Minister of Health to discuss two items. The first one is our Better at Home program, which is sponsored by the United Way. And we need to have it that you can't run the program in Vancouver the same way we run it here. So Councillor McLean and I met with RBCS and discussed the program and what they would like to see changes and how it would better suit the seniors that the program is actually designed for. There's a few holes and gaps, and we thought we'd like to discuss that. And the other issue is we'd like to talk about surgery wait lists. Some surgeries are waiting 3 to 4 years, and before COVID it was 2 to 3 years. So it's still, you know, whether COVID hit or not, we still have extremely long wait lists. So those are the two items we'd like to discuss.
Thank you.
We have one more thing. We had wanted to meet with the Minister of Mental Health, but then we did some research and found out that there's quite a bit of funding out there for men's sheds. So then we also talked to RBCS about that as well, and they've done some initial applications as well. So we thought it's sort of a moot point knowing that there's a lot of funding out there.
So the meeting with Minister Darcy is officially canceled, so we won't be moving forward with that. So if there's something else that we can meet with Minister Darcy, please, by all means, bring it up. Councillor Pearson, anything catch your eye? Transportation, infrastructure?
Well, I mean, I think we all have these ongoing lists from previous years, and I will say that currently government's doing a good job on the MODI end of things as far as highway improvements. We're getting lots of positive feedback on the projects. We're not seeing all of it here, but within the Yellowhead corridor for sure, in the Highway 5, it's been lots of work. So,
When's the last time you received an update about your memorial rest stop?
actually, I'm just following up with that this week, sending emails off to MODI to get some word basically on whether or not they'll be able to free up that piece of the gravel pit tenure for the project. Until they say yay or nay on that, I really have nowhere to go. I was just in Jasper on Friday for their muster night, and it was in memory of Korean War and the Quebec, and had a long discussion with Grandpa Don Hahn, and he's still very passionate and very supportive of the project, and assures me they can probably find some funding to assist with the project when the time comes. So
You'll make those contacts then?
yeah.
Awesome. Councillor G, anything catch your eye from the cabinet?
Well, basically, especially since I recently stepped into the Better Home role in my domestic life, that's pretty much where I focus on as well.
Councillor McLean?
Part of the-
So, Mr. Dix, so we're going to see? I would hope that we start that conversation with, you can take your cape off now, or sitting in a virtual setting. It's done a bang up job throughout the last couple of months.
I would want to be in the issues.
Mr. Robinson, do you need an official resolution for those?
Yeah, so generally what you would do is you would close the committee of the whole, and then you would have a resolution at the end.
So we have a recommendation moving forward to back into the regular council. Okay. So do you need a motion for that recommendation?
If somebody wants to go in that.
No.
Council Blanchette moves that will be wanting to send a request to meet with Minister Dix at virtual UBCM regarding better home funding. Not every situation is the same, as well as the surgery wait list. Fair. Seconder, Councillor McLean. All in favor of the recommendation? Moves. And it is carried. Motion please to adjourn. Councillor Pearson, Councillor G, 1906. All in favor? Carries. Back to the regular meeting. Does anybody have, would anybody like to move the recommendation from the committee of the whole? Councillor Pearson, Councillor G, again, to meet with Minister Dix for both the Better at Home program and the surgery wait list. It's Pearson and G. All in favor? It's carried. The 5.2, notice of the public legislative requirements. We do have a fairly extensive recommendation here to cover off some legislative things. So here that council considers providing public notice through the village Facebook page, the village website, and the monthly village newsletter to be reasonably equivalent to providing public notice in the Rocky Mountain Go while the newspaper is closed. Councillor Blanchette, Councillor Pearson. Any discussion on this, the closure of the goat and the temporary vacation of the goat and the legislative requirements moving for public notice, particularly for public hearing?
Sure, many communities deal with this, don't have a newspaper, so, of course, a business for that.
All in favor? Carries. Six point one, under bylaws and policies, village minimum fees and charges amendment bylaw number 828/2020, be given first, second, and third reading. Councillor McLean, Councillor Pearson, any discussion, first, second, third? All in favor? Carries. Excuse me. 7.1, notice to proceed to a special in-camera meeting. The council proceed to a special in-camera meeting for consideration of one item per section 91I of the community charter to discuss matters related to I, the receipt of advice that is subject to solicitor client privilege, including communications necessary for that purpose. Councillor G, Councillor Blanchette, all in favor? Carries.